because the earth will always remind them of their humility. And what makes you humble, more humble than being provided for? Kulu min rizqihi. You know? The other thing that I really like about this ayah is Allah subdued what we could never have subdued. No matter what technology we have, what money we have, we can't stop an earthquake. Right? And had it not been, and no matter what we do, we cannot produce rain. We can't produce life on this earth. Allah gave that life. So our rizq, our provision, our sustenance on this earth, and the stability that we enjoy on this earth is entirely done by Allah. And the conclusion of it is, فَامْشُوا فِي مَنَاكِبِهَا وَكُلُوا مِن رِزْقِهِ. Go into its different crevices, corners, go all over this earth and eat from its provision. The hard part has already been done by Allah. The really hard part was calming this earth down and providing all kinds of rizq on this earth. And by the way, it's His rizq. مِن رِزْقِهِ, meaning rizq that He wanted to dedicate to you. Like He attributed it to Himself. Every time you eat an apple, you say, this is rizqullah. This is something He dedicated for me. Like it's attributed directly to Allah. It's awesome. And you know, from a balagha point of view, birizqim minhu, as opposed to birizqihi. The birizqim minhu, provision that comes from Him. As opposed to rizqihi, His provision. Now His provision and provision that comes from Him are roughly the same, but grammatically one's an idafa, and an idafa is inseparable. So your rizq should be inseparable from your remembrance of Allah. Like rizqihi. And wa ilayhi nushur. You know? So what I was going to say is the hard part's already done by Allah. And He's already taken the job of rizq for Himself. It's not rizqi, it's rizqihi. So what are you so worried about? It'll come. Just be humble, and it'll come. He'll furnish. Look, he made the earth sprout after it became humble. So how much can you blossom after you become humble? You know? So now beyond that, He says, وَإِلَيْهِ النُّشُورِ. And what an incredible conclusion to this passage. وَإِلَيْهِ النُّشُورِ. It's commonly translated to Him as the return. The problem is, it's not ruju', and it's not auda, and it's not al-ba'ath. There's lots of words in the Arabic language for return. Nashr happens to not be one of them. Nushur is not one of them. But for convenience, we say, قَدْ يَعْنِي الرُّجُوعِ. It probably means going back to Him. Oh, yar, if He meant to say go back to Him, He would have said go back to Him. He's pretty good at speaking. He can speak for Himself. We don't have to give Him synonyms for what He means. Oh, He said this, but what He means is that. No, He knows what He means. This is علمنا البيان. لا على العكس, okay? So, ونبين ما يقول. Subhanallah. This is what we mean by kalimatullahi hiya al-ulya. The word of Allah reigns supreme. We shouldn't impose meanings on it. It imposes meanings on us. You know? The mentality has to be fixed about our attitude towards the Qur'an. When you start interpreting the Qur'an for the purpose of convenience, well, He said this elsewhere, so probably we'll just bunch it all. If He wanted to bunch it all, He could have much better than you and me. He's perfectly capable of that. So let's dig into this word a little bit. Dalun ala fathi, the root letters nun, shin and ra. Dalun ala fathi shay'in wa tasha'ubihi. When something is opened up and when something is spread out. When something, branches out. Nashr. On the flip side of it is the believer, who is going to get what from Allah? Ajrun kabir, Jannah. Lahum maghfiratun wa ajrun kabir. But if you want a preview of Jannah, where is the preview of Jannah? فَامْشُوا فِي مَنَاكِبِهَا وَكُلُوا مِن رِزْقِهِ. And the full blossoming will happen back with Him. وَإِلَيْهِ النُّشُورِ. So the beginning and end of this passage is the skies and the earth, both serving as a preview. The sky serving in this passage as a preview of hell, and the earth serving as a preview of heaven. And the preview of the sky followed immediately by what it previews, hellfire. And the preview of the earth, Jannah, preceded right immediately before it, the description of Jannah, subhanallah. And that's how this passage just forms this perfect symmetry. Perfect symmetry, subhanallah. So with that, inshallah ta'ala, I'll give you your next break. Barakallahu li wa lakum. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.